What's it like? You lied.
I did. No, I got one.
Through the late nights, it's gonna be alright. When the windows make us shine the light. Alright.
Oh man, I'm square save a lot of lives.
Yeah.
On set.
Yeah, I work in a mental hospital, so we have
you have to take a smoke break.
Yo, what's happening?
You know the visuals, you know the vibe.
Hey, yo, Kill, cut me up just a little tiny bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, same.
Let me check me, man.
Man, so, hey.
Yeah.
It's about to be a beautiful episode. We done took a week and a half vacation, but we're back.
We're back.
And we got
going back
legend.
On vacation, but
we got a film legend, a director in the streets, but he's coming up. He's finna make another step to a greater adventure.
Indeed.
He got a list of movies out that's on streaming networks.
Yeah.
A serious list.
He brought his man's Rich in here with a beautiful spirit, man.
Someone's got to be a bodyguard.
You hear me?
That goes. Got to protect the legacy here.
Rich dude got a little scary vibe to him.
Okay. That's because I'm the Don. So
You hear me? I love it, man.
I can't lie.
No,
yeah, man. We got
real.
Billy Ray up in here, man. Billy Ray Valentine, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm feeling real good. I'm glad to be here.
Man, I'm happy to. I'm happy to get a face with what I've been hearing about you, man. I've been hearing all good things.
Okay, that's because I was finna say what you been hearing.
I've been hearing all good things. Shout out to Mac Mecca.
Oh yeah, shout out
No
Big
doubt,
Bro Mac.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Good brother.
See, I was already a fan. And then
yeah?
he came highly recommended. Like, you know what, you got to get Billy on the show.
Okay.
So I'm like, he was already in the works, but you know what? Since you can make that happen faster, let's go ahead. Let's knock it in.
He got up with me. That's the nice Lord.
Yeah,
And
he's a nice lord. That's what he said. He used to be a vice lord. Now he's a nice lord.
Nice Lord.
It's a small world.
Is he a traveling nice lord or what is he?
I love Rich already.
Conservative, nice
He's conservative. He cool.
Conservative, nice lord.
It's cool.
You're not a traveler, Rick.
But shout out to my man's Reese Money. I heard y'all
Reese
been
Money.
tapped in.
Yeah.
with the
brother Reese.
soundtracks and getting his artists in the movies and
No
stuff.
doubt. I did a radio interview with Reese, man. Good brother, real good brother.
Yeah.
And I mean, talk good shit, on point. He reached out to me. Well, when I was on the show, I told him, you know, my door's open.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I've been called the temp service, the temp agency for up and coming actors in Chicago, you know, that I put everybody on. And that's the truth, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking it right now.
Not to cut you off, I'm actually the same thing I as Mecca. I look like I could be in the movie.
Yeah.
I want my shades
You
and
don't gotta
everything.
lie because we don't.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
fuck it.
I want my casting shades and everything today for this episode.
You don't gotta lie, man. Tell the truth.
It's
They
the
say
Billy
it's a
Ray
director
Rockstar
coming.
School for Wayward
They said the director
Actors.
coming,
man.
everybody get they screenshots
You
together.
feel me? I got my pictures in the car, my headshots.
But Reese Money, man. He about his business. I see him strong in the network game. And I told him about 6 months ago, when I get ready to start another project, I got you. So I'm getting ready to do this United Nations.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
heard
what I
about
can't
it.
wait for that.
Exciting.
And United Nations is the
Talk about it.
is the remake of the Warriors. So I'm putting Chicago up front and center as how it really is. Now I'm not holding shit back. Like I said, I'm an open book. I think Spike Lee did us an injustice with Chirac, right?
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea to do United Nations and involve each and every gang in Chicago by its real name in this film, by its real set in this film. And what United Nations is about, it's about a gang from Gary, Indiana, that has to get back from the west side of Chicago to Gary on foot. And they got to, and it's, why I called it United Nations is every gang in the city came together to try to catch these cats because they thought, as in the Warriors, Cyrus got killed.
Yeah.
Where they thought Boris is the character that's playing the role of Cyrus in this movie. They thought Boris was killed by this gang. And this gang had to escape and get all the way back to Gary on foot in public transportation from the Garfield Conservatory. So that's a distance. That's a run.
West side all the way to
That's a long way.
over southeast.
And I told Tom Diesel, I got you. You know, I got you.
Yeah.
So I definitely
They don't let
got
the
a
GDs
slot
in the
there for
door.
you. They don't let them in the door.
Wealth Lane Entertainment, G-Talk 2020 podcast.
No
So
doubt,
my thing
no doubt.
already just about hearing about this, bro, and not even trying to put a comparisons like you said the Spike Lee thing, but you got accreditation because you're from the city.
Yeah.
you know the
And we
city.
gonna get into
And
that
I'm gonna
too.
keep it 100, man.
And we gonna
I was
get
a
into
black
that too.
disciple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
From the House of David.
Yes, I came from that carpet. You know, and it's love. It's nothing but love in the streets for Billy. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was MC Magic, Black Daddy Magic. You know, I was a BD making rap records. You know, I produced the Cha Cha Slide.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Okay,
We're gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
I mean,
keep going. We get into all of that.
Cause he humble. Cause my man Rich came in here pumping him up. This is Billy Ray Valentine. I know
that's
who Billy
right.
Ray
Well, you
Valentine
know,
is, but he
I
was
call
so
him Billy
reserved.
Rockstar. Speaking of which, United Nations is going to be in a lot of dope places because Billy knows all the locations all over the city.
yeah,
so
you know.
it's going to be very gangster. That's
So
for
I
sure.
got Crucial Conflict,
Okay.
K-Easy Grease from the Mercenaries, Gemini, Mr. Woboy, Medusa Savage, The One. All those people are playing a part in it. And what I was trying to do was front us off in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the best way to do that is you make friends with every organization there is in the city that you're going to use. Yeah, man, I'm finna get drunk with you.
Man, but to be real with you, as a man in Chicago, bro, you gonna have friends, brothers, cousins, sisters, uncles, everybody in different gangs because all your family is in different neighborhoods in
Yes,
Chicago.
yes.
So it's like, as a man, you gonna have to respect some other sex.
Yeah, you got to.
You
I
feel
mean,
me? Like,
if you in this, even if you in these streets, man, you gotta respect them.
you gonna have some allies that's like you said, you are one of the disciples, and I guarantee you, some blocks you probably had some lords or some moles on the other block.
And we
That,
gonna
you
get
feel me?
into that.
And y'all was clicked up. You
Yeah,
feel me?
we was cool. We was cool.
And y'all was taking care of the neighborhood on
Man,
some real
I
righteous
wasn't.
shit.
Yeah.
I was never no gang banger. You know what I'm saying? I've always been about my business, and you know what I'm saying. I was a fair person, and if you fair, that's ain't nothing but love gonna come your way because you fair.
That's what you
You're
put
not
out
gonna
that good energy.
sugarcoat shit. If your man's is wrong, your man's is wrong.
man's
If
is
your
wrong.
man's is right, your man's is right.
Now let's
That's
get
the way
into
I see
that.
it.
We're
Real talk.
coming up in the Robert Taylors.
Ooh, that's where my
man.
people from. Where you from, Robert Taylor?
5201.
My
South
people,
Federal.
5100 South State.
2 buildings.
All right, you went to John. Your people went to John Fair.
Yep, and Beasley,
Yeah.
all through that. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's
Now to, well, you know, you say you're open book, but we don't want to, you know what I
I'm
mean?
an open book, bro.
MC Magic, BD. Is that where you from? Robert Taylor's BD?
I grew up in the Robert Taylors. I got my family got us up out of there in the mid '70s.
Okay.
And then we moved over to 58th and King Drive. My mother had 5 boys and 1 girl. So I lived everywhere in this city because we were some noisy ass kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And every year the landlord was like, "Nah, I'm not renewing your lease.
You gotta
Your
get up
kids
outta here."
be fucking up." You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I used to run around over there on 56 and King Drive, over there Washington Park and shit,
Yeah.
with little shorty and shit.
Oh, that's my area.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy, man.
But
I grew
I'm
up near
BD
55th
from
and
Inglewood.
Cottage, so
Yeah,
I wasn't too far.
Oh, yeah,
That's
damn.
cool, Rich.
Right, so
Yeah.
I'm BD from Inglewood, 69th and Halsted, 67th and Parnell, 64th and Normal.
Yeah.
You know, that's where my upbringings was. That's where all the street in me come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Inglewood.
saying? Inglewood. You know, and in that process, I was still into the creative structure of my life. I was making music then, you know, and we had MOB Records,
What does that stand for?
Men on Business.
I like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
And
And that's when you produced the Cha Cha Slide.
Yeah.
Under MOB Records.
yeah.
correct?
So now we still gotta go back because like when so when did you jump off the porch and get into the streets, and then like what age did you start getting into the camera?
Bro, I'm going to tell you.
Because you was on a different world.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like you don't really hear too many. You hear about it,
Niggas
but
just like I was in Hollywood, I was in the streets. You know what I mean? So
Well, man, for me, man, jumping off the porch, when I was 8 years old, man, my brother took me to see Black Caesar.
yeah, that's a
And
classic.
that was like the shit to me. And at that time, you didn't see a lot of us on the big screen. And when they put us on the big screen, you know, it was blaxploitation. So our heroes was dope pushers and gangsters and shit like
I got a
that.
sidebar about Black Caesar. Did you know that was based on a true story?
Yeah,
Frank Matthews.
yes.
He's still on the most wanted list.
Yes. Hey, and he was a dope brother. And Larry Cohen. That's the guy who did the movie.
Yeah.
And he did it on a micro budget, and the movie came out and blew up. Like you had Superfly.
Hell up behind.
You had Cross 110th Street.
That's classic.
Those
Bobby
movies.
Womack killed that soundtrack.
Yes, he did, bro. The coldest soundtrack of blaxploitation.
The Mac.
The Mac.
It's the coldest soundtrack.
Another true story.
My first
War
album was
Brothers.
Shaft, man. I grew up on Shaft.
Hey, Isaac Hayes is he's the beast.
Yeah.
But
Kel got
with
an old
that,
soul over there. He over there. He loving
watching
that shit.
watching those movies, growing up, man, that I knew then that's what I wanted to do in my life. Now to get there, I don't know how I was gonna do it.
Right.
And coming up in Inglewood and in the projects, you know, we used to run up the porch, and I used to say, "No, I'm Tommy. I'm Tommy Gibbs," you know, and I would be running down the porch holding my side because
Like
you
you
know
got
they
shot.
shot Black Caesar, and we used to fight each other who gonna be Black Caesar. And after that, man, I would walk down the streets, bro. People would think I was crazy because I would prepare my approach to my homies like I'm actually in this movie. And my approach, you know, my stand, my
Give me
what's
an
up.
example.
Man, it's like my OG used to send me to the store. So walking to that store, in my mindset, I'm looking at credits, you know, starring me and this cold ass music
So
playing.
you got the whole scene. You walking down.
And then it's like an aerial shot of me walking through, and then you bump into your homies. So you see your homies, you about 100 yards away from your homies. And
You playing the
walking
script
up
in your
on-
head
Yeah,
already.
this
Like
is
the
me.
beginning of Black Caesar for real.
Yeah, this is me, bro. And people like, boy, you crazy than a motherfucker. But nah, this is the true me.
Yeah.
When I see my homies, I will walk up and do dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my dialogue was like, yeah, what's up? And the shake, the handshake, the hug, the walk, all that. It was me fantasizing like it's cameras on me and I'm in this movie.
So you was
know what I'm
manifesting in front of.
Damn,
from
so you was
early
doing
age.
dialogue and doing
Man.
scripts and just
That's
That's
cool.
dope.
before you even knew what the fuck you was doing.
Man, before I even knew what the fuck I
Like
was doing.
it's amazing to me, bro, because like I've been the kid with like even with music, bro, just like being the businessman and management and just seeing my artists on stage and shit. I've been the vision as his kid. So like me hearing your story and seeing your tunnel vision,
That's
what you
it,
were seeing,
bro.
that shit make me happy, bro. Like
And I'm gonna tell you this. It was after that, after Black Caesar, I think I was in 8th grade. I went to see Sean Penn's Bad Boys.
Yeah.
And Chicago was the backdrop to that. So I'm fascinated with the film industry now, you know. But at the time, technology didn't allow us to be as creative as we are. You needed big cameras and trucks and
need
Hollywood.
real budget.
Yeah. You know,
now you can do that shit with a
with
MacBook.
$6.
You feel me?
With
And your
$6.
phone. You can,
Everything
you know,
digital.
right. So
that.
after the Sean Penn thing in high school, you know, that's when I got introduced to the gang life, and I was fascinated with that. I joined the BDs. The BDs was the guys with the bread. We wasn't really gang banging. We was getting money. I think when I joined the BDs, it was about 100 BDs.
so you was running the 80s, you said?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
You know,
The BDs
so
always had a smaller number.
right. And then my first stint in jail. All this stuff, bro, plays a part of my career. Like my first stint in jail, I was in South Lebanon, Ohio. And it was a racist act toward me. These white boys was trying to fuck me up. I fucked them up, but I wound up doing the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they gave me 5 years. And while in prison, I'm telling y'all think I'm crazy.
You was
I'm mocking penitentiary. You know, I'm thinking I'm too sweet, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna fuck half dead up. Only none of that happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass. On my walk in, this is the very first time I ever went to prison. So I'm thinking ghost stories.
Right.
You know, so as soon as they gave me my hygiene pack, I opened the toothbrush and started sharpening it. You know,
This nigga was prepared.
Never know, man.
Hey, I
Watch your
love
back.
this shit right
Hey,
here,
I'm
bro.
dead ass
Standing on
serious.
This shit a movie right here, bro. 'Cause I'm- this
And
shit.
while I'm doing doing this shit, I'm scared at the same
You
time.
still on intake making shanks.
Yeah.
But mentally, you prepared for this shit.
Yes, bro, and I'm ready for the first tough motherfucker to walk up. I'm finna do some dialogue.
Fuck him
with
up,
his ass.
man. Billy's gonna fuck him up.
And if I get fucked up in the process, I'm still gonna get the respect because I'm going first.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's all it's about.
And after that, man, when I got home from the joint, well, before the joint, I had signed a deal with Warner Brothers.
Damn, talk how we can't run past
hold on,
that.
let's back up. Let's back up.
Take the leader steps up to that
Okay,
shit.
so
especially in a town of Chicago, really wasn't on the
Billy's
market.
been busy.
and then
as you can
I
tell.
started hip hop when there weren't really many hip hop artists in Chicago. Chicago is a house city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you had people like Tyree Cooper, Fast Eddie, Cool Rock Steady, rest in peace, Farley.
Yeah.
You know, it's house music, and the rappers that was rapping the house tracks.
Yeah.
Me, I was doing hip hop, boom pap. You know what I'm saying? And 1986, I did my first record. It was called 7 Stories of Drugs. My mom produced it.
Whoa, what the fuck?
And dig this here, bro. She paid the studio with a $65 book of food stamps.
Whoa.
You know, this white boy, Jeff, I used to hang in the Guitar Center and fuck with beat machines and shit. And this white boy, Jeff Isinger, I'll never forget him. He had Hair Bear Studios in Evergreen Park. And at this time, they were real racist over there.
Hell yeah, still to this day they racist.
Yeah, but they try to hide it now, but they were real racist.
Mount Greenwood, that whole area.
Yeah, he lived on 96 and Holman.
Yeah.
So we would go to his house in his basement. He had an 8-track studio, but this white boy was a genius. He turned his 8-track into a 16-track, you know, and we was making these records. Fast forward, 1989, I used to go up in Operation Push, and every Saturday Jesse Jackson would do a sermon, and we would just rap. You know, he called us the Action Jackson Rappers, and we would do that shit for free for the term of Eugene Sawyer. After Harold Washington died, Eugene Sawyer became the interim mayor.
Yeah.
So when they were running to re-elect the mayor, it was Daley, Byrne, Badoliak, and Timothy Evans.
Yeah.
Byrne and Badoliak dropped out, and it's Timothy Evans and Eugene Sawyer running against each other, and the black folks just want to keep a black person in the office. Harold Washington was the best and the greatest politician Chicago ever had.
I heard about that. That was before my time.
we tried to keep it that, right?
Right.
And what happened was it split the black vote.
Yeah.
Because you got Timothy Evans, you got Eugene Sawyer, and then you just got Mayor Daley.
And he just took the race.
That brother said, if I get this seat, I'm not getting up till I retire. And that's exactly what he did. But with that being said, after that campaign was over, Jesse Jackson announced, you know, Bill Cosby asked me to come and be on the Cosby Show, and I turned it down. And we looking at him like, what? You turned down the Cosby Show? Like, I turned it down because I needed to do something for my rappers. Yeah. So I figured we'll go do a different world. That's a college scene. Damn. And we'll do something about voting. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Real shit.
You know, and you talking to a kid coming off 106 in Wentworth, going down to 64th and Normal to hang out, you know, and play and party, getting on the plane, going to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And when I got there, man, it was so, that's when the true bug really bit.
Yeah.
You know, I got to meet Debbie Allen because she was the director for Different World. Right. And I met Norm Nixon.
She's a legend in herself. Norm's a legend. So you were around these legends.
And then it was people like Glenn Turman.
Yeah.
Who played Preach in Cooley High.
Right.
You know, when I saw him, man, I was like a sissy with a bag of penises. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Because this is J.D. Walker, the boss talker from J.D.'s Revenge. Yeah. This is Preach from Cooley High. He done did all this work, and I'm standing here next to this brother talking to him, and I said, man, listen, how do you get movies like Black Seeds and J.D.'s Revenge on video? He like, well, they don't really distribute them. Those are blaxploitation movies, but you could write Orion Films, and you could purchase the movie from them.
Yeah.
Which is what I did, bro.
Yeah.
I purchased Black Caesar. James Brown's song, Paid the Cost to Be the Boss.
Yeah.
I took that song, when I heard that, I took that song, sampled it, and made this song, They Can't Sweat Us. It blew up. in Chicago.
Yeah.
So when I left that scene, I went over into the BD world.
Yeah.
When I went over into the BD world, the BDs was on their music game. You know what I'm saying? So
were you ever not involved? Were you ever came in contact with the twins, the BD twins?
yes, them was my guys.
Okay. Because I figured, y'all being in that same area.
Yeah, them was my guys.
Yeah.
Real talk. And they would come kick it. We had a studio on 68th and Halsted. And I don't know if y'all familiar with this R&B group back in the day called Club Nouveau.
Yeah.
The lead singer of Club Nouveau, he was BD.
Yeah.
And he was from Chicago. Used to be a house music singer, and he went and signed with them in LA.
Damn.
Yeah.
So Curb walked me through the door to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, shit.
And I caught a deal at Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Put my first album out in 92, and the album did well, but in 92 I caught that case.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, and this is post Facebook, any social media era.
Yeah.
It's the 90s, so it's word of mouth. You being pumped up. It's still record shops and cassette tapes, you know what I'm saying? So while doing that bit, it kind of killed the career. So when I get out, I come home.
Especially when you're a new artist, it's hard to keep that buzz alive.
And when I was out, when I first caught the deal, I had a single out called Virgin Man and Leaving Me. And they was doing real well. This one, Pink House was on 106 Jams and all that, right? And they was pushing.
106 Jams, that was a classic radio
Shout out. And rest in peace, Pink House, no doubt. But after all of that, when I come home, there's no more recording studio or nothing, so I turn into a regular guy.
Yeah.
I go get a telemarketing job. I'm hustling that. I'm going to work every day. And I'm driving my car down 69th Street, going to the crib. At this time, I was living in Marquette Park. And on my way to the crib, I stopped at the light on 69th and Halsted. Now, this is the old hood, and I still see some of the guys. Somebody scream my name, and I turn and look. And they run up to the car like, hey, man, dude want to holler at you. So I go into this youth program, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, what's up, Black Dad? Listen, man, I'm producing Ice. I'm like, are we back? He like, well, man, I don't know, but I'm producing this rapper named Ice. He call himself that nigga Ice. Cold brother. Cold brother.
This around the time Ice was a popular rap name, too, though.
Yeah, at that time, yeah. So with that, he like, I just want you to come listen to it, tell me what you think, because Curve from Club Nouveau was producing it.
Yeah.
And when I got we went to Streeterville Studios, and when I got there, they played the album, and it was some nice songs on there, but I was like, well, bro, you got an R&B producer producing a hip-hop artist, and it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
So he's like, what should we do, man? Like, man, let's just form a group. We'll call ourselves the Mob Squad, And we created that group, and then I produced the album, and then I started producing Major Pain.
Yeah.
And with that, Casper showed up. You know what I'm saying? And I was asleep one day, and my man, Marvell Thompson, he came up to the crib.
Shout out Marvell. You just
No doubt.
Shout out Marvell.
That's
People
my brother.
who know.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
From another mother. I love him to death. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
He always was true to me, and he's still true to me.
Chicago legend.
Most definitely. So he knocked on the door and said, Magic Man, I need you to come down here and make this beat. When I get to the basement, he playing this garbage to me. I'm like, man, this song ain't gonna hit, bro.
Hold on. It's an urban legend. And you proven it to me that it's true.
Yeah.
But it's an urban legend
Come on, talk.
that the Cha-Cha Slide was produced in the basement by the BDs.
Yeah, on 67th and Parnell, bro. 67th and Parnell.
Wait, I ain't gonna lie. In our day and age, it was a joke.
Hey,
But that's the truth?
That's the truth.
Damn.
That's the whole truth.
Well, of course, if you produced
That's
it.
the whole truth.
Well, it's like, duh.
Look, so we do that, and I'm thinking like, when we do it, I go in the booth and I say I do the Cha-Cha Slide, So Vale say, well, well, Magic, we gonna go and put it out with your voice. I'm snapping. Don't do no shit like that with me, man. I'm a whole gangster, man. I ain't finna be telling no motherfucker to the left, to the right. He like, I'm telling you, Magic, this song gonna hit.
So you came up with the lyrics?
No, Casper.
Okay, Casper came up with the lyrics.
I produced it, but I said the lyrics.
So how did that vibe just come up, bro? Like,
Man, it was
So Casper was too. He said he was a gangster. He wasn't going for the shit.
nah. Let me not get it twisted. This is what it was. Casper wasn't there when I did the lyrics, right?
yeah.
So we do the song, and Vail was like, "Man, we gonna put it out like that." I was against that.
Yeah.
So Hudson Bodie, he used to be the
Another legend.
the doorman, not the doorman, but the host of the Taste Club.
Yeah.
And at this time, the Taste was booming. It wasn't no hood club. It was booming. And Hudson said, I know who we can get. We can get Casper. I'm like, right. Perfect person. You know, so when they get him, he come in, do it in one take, and they send it out. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna do nothing. I'm still talking about gangster shit, shooting niggas and all this,
On
right?
the slide?
No, I'm doing other.
I know you wish you would have did them vocals.
Man, hold on, bro. And this lesson is for anybody that think they making music for themselves. No, we make music for the people. And what happened was, I did this song, Bounce, for Major Payne. Yeah. And we released that, and WGCI played it one night. So somebody called me and said, man, your record on GCI. I go listen, it's Mike Love and the Diz.
Yeah. Cool. Shout out to the Bad Boys.
Shout out to the Bad Boys. So when they get through with the song, they like, if anybody here listening from MOB Records, give us a call. I call. They like, yeah, our boss want to talk to you. Shout out Elroy Hudson.
Shout out Elroy, another Chicago legend.
Yeah. That brother got on the phone and said, I need that song. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's called Bounce. He like, not that song.
The cha-cha slide.
He like, I went to my family reunion and they played this slide song. And the whole park got up. And I was like, what?
Hey, Otto, it's to this day, the babies. It's like, how the fuck do
everybody?
It's like you born into that shit from Chicago.
So what happened was,
that's a Chicago national anthem.
So that shit in your bones.
Hey, so what happened was, I'm like, oh well, fuck this shit. Then you know, I go get a phone to Vail.
So you seen the takeover of that shit?
Yes, bro.
Every family reunion, every picnic, every birthday party.
After that, Vail had did the deal with Universal. Yeah. And they called me up for the pay. And he said, so how much you think you should get, man? I'm like, man, let's not play. Right. Let's not play. He like, well, look, I'm gonna give you this. He gave me a lovely chunk. Yeah. And he like, just imagine if you would have sang that song like I asked. I'm like, yeah, that's a kick in the ass right there. Yeah. But that was a lesson coming up in the game. See, I was making music for the love of this shit. Yeah. And the money was a bonus. Yeah. But I love this shit, you know. It's like I am with the films right now. I love it, you know. And the money is the bonus. Yeah. But I'm dead ass serious about my money today. Yeah. When
you've done your value, bro.
Yeah, because you know your value.
You know your value.
You know your value.
Billy's done too many films.
So we go.
We still in the 80s and we're talking about him,
What was the club where they caught fire at in the stairway? And the people died in the club? E2. E2, yeah. So we shoot the first video to the Cha-Cha Slide at E2's, and GCI sponsored it, bro.
Damn. That's cold.
So I get to the location, and it's a sea of people. And when I get out the car, it's like Moses opened the Red Sea. That sea opened up, and I walked straight through. And I'm not even participating or anything. This is all Casper. I see Judge Mathis. I see other public figures all in this video. And I'm looking at this like, damn, one song. That's all it takes is one song could change your life. It changed Casper's life. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm way in the background. You know, I'm the tech guy, programming beats, you know, hooking up, mixing and editing these songs and shit. But the love from it was so beautiful in the color of green. You know, you like, wow. And then You know, when that money was gone, you just chilling and you ain't tripping, and somebody knock on the door and say, "Yeah, here goes some more of that money for that song, man."
Damn.
And you like, damn.
So do you still eat off that song?
Still getting
Little
royalties and residuals?
Little bit.
Even though it's been what, 30 years?
Man, 99.
Yeah.
99.
32
I'm
years.
not gonna lie.
Damn.
99 to the 2000, we cha-cha slide all night.
Our ass off.
We did.
Man, motherfucker-
Chicago did.
People was making up.
See, I was
They
the end.
own
I
way
was
to
the
do
end
it.
of the. I was the end of the block party era, and you feel me? Summer parties, picnics, and shit. Church, even church picnics.
Yeah.
that cha-cha
The
slide getting
slide.
played.
No doubt, no doubt.
Oh, okay, and it's the craziest thing, bro.
And
You
I've
could be
even
90s
stepped to it myself, by the way.
Real
Well,
shit.
white
Rich on
people,
that too.
Asian people.
Everybody.
It don't matter what race you are.
Right on.
You could be
Cha-cha
97 years old. You gonna bust that cha-cha
The
slide.
cha-cha
Sir.
slide is one of those songs that you go ahead at a repass.
It's like
You
the
go
bus
ahead
stop,
and-
bro.
It's bigger than
The
the bus stop.
Macarena.
It's bigger than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I had that
It's
shit in the
bigger than
club
that.
today.
It's bigger than that.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you, I saw a
Shout out
Slim
to
Jim
DJ Don
commercial.
Ron.
Shout out to DJ Dog.
I saw the Slim Jim commercial,
Yeah.
and they had the
The beat playing in the back.
yeah, well, not the beat. They had these dudes like they was criminals, and they was in a police lineup.
Yeah.
So the police hit the button like, okay, to the right. And they turn to the right. And then he say, to the left. And they turn to the left and he say, cha-cha now, y'all. And then they throw the big Slim Jim. I'm looking at this. I see the little white boy in the yellow and black karate suit on a McDonald's commercial to the cha-cha slide. You know what I'm saying? Morgan Freeman put it in his documentary when they desegregated the proms in Mississippi, because when the cha-cha slide was out, Mississippi was still having separate proms for blacks and for whites.
They were.
Damn.
So Morgan Freeman funded the prom and said he just wanted it to be a prom for everybody, just one prom.
Right on.
And everybody went. It was a lot of white people against it, a lot of black people against it, but them kids wanted that.
Yeah.
He made it happen.
about the
And
kids, man.
when they was doing the prom,
the fucking
they
kids.
on the prom doing the cha-cha slide, cartoons.
Yeah.
Those little dials in Walmart push the button and the dial dance. It's the cha-cha slide.
It is.
Wow.
You know, and you looking at this like, man, this is a whole fucking franchise.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, bro,
One
when I
song
went
can
in that
change a
basement-
fucking life.
and they said, do the beat like this. I'm like, man, that's garbage. Like, it was like, doom, do-do-do-do-dum. And I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, but you know what now, G? That 4-beat little sequence, that doo-doo-doo,
Yeah.
you hear that no
Everywhere.
no matter what you're doing. No matter where you're at. Professional sporting events, because I've been there, and it's happened.
Yeah, bro.
Motherfuckers gonna stop.
Listen, when the
they go do the
when the
they go do
Cubs or the
dance.
White Sox hit a home run, you hear everybody clap your hands.
They do.
Oh my God.
And
That's
they
a
do
fact.
it. So
Cool.
the fucking baseball, they licensed it.
Yeah.
NBA licensed it.
Bulls definitely play that
know,
shit.
NFL licensed it. Hockey licensed it. And it makes sense.
It's a
It
Chicago, it's a
coincides
Chicago
with-
national anthem.
Yeah, no doubt.
So how did you transition into the movies, man?
I always wanted that, you know.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that was in your childhood. You was
Yeah.
vision
And,
and shit.
Manifesting it.
Man, y'all remember Freedom Auto Depot?
Yeah.
I heard of it.
I did an infomercial for them, right?
Yeah.
And I did a little scene in there where my man was trying to fix his car, and they had the $20 down little
Yeah.
deal going. So I did that scene, and that bit. Now the guy that taught me the camera game. His name is Norm Kelly, NK Media. Shout out Norm.
Shout out Norm.
Norm was the guy that was smart with the cameras. And I was like, bro, we can make a movie. Norm would always say, well, man, you know, we need a budget. You know, I'm like, no, man, all we need is the people. You know how to work the camera. You know what I'm saying? I got the studio. So we good. He like, no, man, but I get it now. I get it. Norm knew his value.
Yeah.
So even though he was cool with us, man, I got to eat some kind of way.
Real talk.
So that didn't happen. And when the fall of that era of the BDs came in 2004, I used to run a underground radio station, 104.7. Right.
Come on now, let's talk about that.
Okay, I was ghetto man. So we had this popular
Y'all was the
show.
only radio. I'm sorry. Listen, because you downplaying a lot of shit.
No, man, I'm telling you, I'm open book. Just that. Just that.
I feel like
Some
I'm
of
in
these
school, bro.
moments that he's talking about are like clicking to like
Your childhood.
my childhood. And I ain't gonna lie, going into this and reading the bio, I just knew you was the movie guy. But this is
No, it goes way
This
back,
is what I can see this
That's what
being
say
one
you
of
so
my
humble,
favorite
bro.
interviews that I've done so far in
Yeah.
my career, because 104.7 underground radio station.
Yeah.
You had to be in a certain area to pick that
Yeah.
shit up. They was cussing on that shit.
Yeah, bro.
It was definitely a BD radio station. Niggas is on there like, on Dave, I want to hear.
Yeah. Look, they you know, when I acquired
Good
that,
times, man. Good
when I acquired
times.
that station, I was getting ready to go. Like I was finna try to be like WGCI,
Power 92.
You know, I was
104.
gonna be clean with it. And this young lady called, and she said, "Who is this?" I didn't know what to say. I felt like that was my first time ever fucking with that type of shit, and I felt like people could see you. So my guys started laughing at me, and they like, "Bro, can't nobody see you, right?" So this guy called up, and he said, "Who is this?" I said, "What you mean?" He like, "Man, you a bitch," just like that.
Damn.
That's just Chicago shit, right?
So,
Hold on. I bet you the backstory. I bet you won't call the radio station. Say you're a bitch.
look, here you go. You see how y'all just laughed? That's how everybody in the room laughed at me,
It's
right?
funny though.
And they point at me. So I'm like, man, next motherfucker call, I'm snapping. So this chick called and asked us, she's like, can you play Monica So Gone for me? I'm like, bitch, we don't play that type of shit up in this motherfucker. Get the fuck out here.
Hilarious.
So that kicked it off. Somebody else called, like, man, who is this? And I think real quick on my toes, I'm like, this ghetto man, nigga. And,
Ghetto man, bitch.
'cause I had a raggedy ass Grand Marquis with no muffler. And me and my man used to take his son to school every morning in his raggedy ass car.
Shout out to being good fathers on a raggedy car.
So my man said, man, this car loud as hell. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm ghetto man and you T-bit. You know what I'm saying? He like, what's T-bit? I'm like, tiny bit, nigga, because you short, right? So
You giving niggas character names and shit.
we get on the air and we start coming up with shit. And I was like, look, bro, we could do a buzz down hour.
Yeah.
And we could let females call and say how they want to suck us off and shit. So I had a studio. I would go to the studio and create these.
I love radio, bro. So this shit is so amazing to me.
I would go to the studio and create these drops like my pants unzipping and it sound like a chick sucking me off and shit, right? So a chick, we called it the bus down hour. And I told everybody over the air, like, yeah, we just got in the bus down bus. We riding around through the city broadcasting live. And I was like, we got a candy red old school bus with 322s on it and it's 18, right? And I like, you never know where we gonna be, but we coming through your hood. So I'll be on the air and I'm sitting in my living room, but I'm like, yeah, we rolling up on 69th and Artesian right now. And my mans will call me and say, yeah, man, it's a chick and they listening to the station. She got on blue shorts, pink shoes. I'm like, okay, that's cold. I'm finna call her out and tell her to call me. So I call her out and tell her to call me. She like, ghetto man, you was just right here. I'm like, yeah, baby, I saw you with your little blue shorts and your pink shit. I want to give you some pink footies with the pink ball on the back. You know, she like, well, what you want me to do? I'm like, I need you to take care of me. And she like, I got you, ghetto man. So I dropped the drop. It sound like I unzipped my pants. Sound like she's sucking me off. So people start calling. And people start calling.
They thinking you in the hood.
Man, the station blew up, bro.
Oh, shit.
So we go to a radio summit at GCI, and the same brother that put us on with the cha-cha be talking. I'm sitting in the room with him. He like, man, we got to find that antenna. He killing us at 9 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, he killing y'all. Yeah, I'm killing y'all. I would mock Eddie and Jobo.
Yeah.
You know, I
Ooh, legends
had
in the city.
we would do the radio drops like Tony Montana do a drop, Hulk Hogan do a drop. The brother from Friday, the second Friday, the pimp dude.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
Not Cat, the other brother. What's his name? Had the curl. Told Craig, "Shut up, Nick."
Yeah, Pinky.
We had people doing those drops, and then I took, like, when 50 Cent and them say their name, I just took that, different artists, and I started doing drops. The radio station started blowing up, bro, and people would call in and say, "Man, I can't wait from out west to sit out south just to listen to this shit, man. You a real nigga, ghetto man. Look, I just want to kick it with you. I want to smoke with you." And I say, "Brother, I appreciate the love. I just don't date niggas." And he's like, "That's why I love you, ghetto man.
That's funny.
You so real." You know, all that stuff came about with this music thing.
Real shit.
And my imagination is wild, bro. You know, which is why I do the movies like I do them. My imagination runs 100 miles an hour.
True.
Now, what was the first movie?
I'll vouch for that,
Magic.
for sure, man.
Magic was the first.
Billy's on to the next movie before we finish the one
true.
that we're still doing. He's already thinking like 2 movies ahead.
That's true, bro.
Yeah.
That's real true.
Which is good.
Yeah.
More power to
Roseland,
Billy.
that's the next big one that's coming out.
Yeah, Roseland drops on the 30th for the world, but I'm doing a premiere screening at the theater.
Yeah, tell us about
on
that.
the 28th. On the 28th, which is next Sunday, it's on Eventbrite. You can purchase a ticket, and it's at the Lake Theater, 1022 Lake Street in Oak Park. You know,
Nice theater, too.
Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood, nice theater.
But Roseland is my contribution to when we was in the pandemic. You know, we shot that film in the height of the pandemic. Everybody was scared to come out, but we went on the block, and it's about my teenagehood. You know, Roseland is Friday, and Cooley High combined together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what we did was we got on that block, and everybody took their mask off, and we filmed that movie, man. And I shot it in 30 days. And by the end of the shooting of that, we had the whole block participate.
That's dope.
It's a beautiful movie. It's funny as fuck, and it's like, you know, these people. They like the people next door to you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I wanted to address. And while it was the pandemic, everybody was stressed out, stuck in the crib, and all that. For that 30 days, the people on that block came outside.
Real
You know what I'm saying? And it came together real nice. The block participated. It was one asshole on the block. There's always a hater, man.
Always a hater on
There's
the block.
always a hater.
Every block has a hater.
If you out there hating on me, keep doing that.
Cause that shit motivates
Yeah,
you.
that's the shit that's letting me know I'm doing something right.
Before we get out of here, I want to talk about Lil Caesar.
Okay.
Timmy.
My man, Timmy.
Sean Jerry.
He's a man.
Shout out Sean Jerry.
Yes, sir.
He
Sean.
killed that role.
Yeah. Bro,
Yes, he
Lil Caesar, I'm finna fuck you up. Lil Caesar is because I love the Black Caesar.
Yeah.
So Lil Caesar is the story of Black Caesar's son, illegitimate son who grew up in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And when he grew up, he was a humble, sweet dude. You know, people walked over him. And this is how when Sean Jerry got introduced to me, the brother that introduced him to me told me, Billy, he'll do whatever you say. Whatever you need him to do, he gonna do it. You ain't gotta pay him shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you not pay a motherfucker that would do
Right.
whatever you need him to do?
Why take advantage of
And
somebody?
this brother was so humble, man. He was my PA on the set of Magic.
Yeah.
And he was carrying my equipment and shit.
And that was based off your story, right?
Yeah.
Correct? That was a good one, too.
Yeah, he broke the zipper on my bag.
Damn.
And we all chilling after we did this scene in Magic, and we talking shit, and we was teasing him and shit. And he said, "Hey man, I need to holler at you." So everybody looked like, man, he finna try to fight you, Billy. He take me all the way outside and say, "Man, I broke the zipper on your bag. How much it costs? I gotta buy you another." And I'm like, "What?" He like, I don't like tearing up nobody's shit, Billy. I broke the zipper, how much it cost. I'm like, Sean, fuck that bag. That bag about $4. You know what I'm saying?
Hero, though.
And I took him in, man, and one day after we shot Magic was out and everything. And I'm sitting on in front of my spot, and I'm thinking like, hey, bro, what if we took Sean and just made him the coldest gangster in Chicago? And everybody looked at me like, you crazy. I'm like, no, man, what if we did that? So we took the brother, and I moved him in with me, and I coached him on the acting. And I wanted him to do this movie because people would run over Sean.
Yeah.
They would take advantage of him. They sent him to the store. They ordered him some food. He come back with their food and didn't get him shit.
That's how Sean is. Yeah.
And I was like, why you didn't buy you nothing, man? It's okay to tell a motherfucker no, too. If you don't feel like walking to the store, don't go. So when I gave him Little Caesar, that was me trying to
build him some love.
Yeah, and not just show him love, but make him be a little stronger for himself.
Give him courage.
You know? And man, he killed the fucking role.
He did. Yes, he did.
He murdered it. Little Caesar and Magic, right now, we 2 billion streams.
Yeah, that's
2
a big
billion
number,
streams.
man. It's hard to wrap your head
Those
around
two
a number
movies
like
together.
that.
2 billion streams.
That's a lot.
And then Walker Rufus.
He's so humble. He just said that so humbly.
Somebody gave me a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And Billy gave me a shot, too.
You know, somebody gave me a shot, which is why.
Man, Rich, you my guy. I remember the name, Rich, my guy.
I'm the Don LaBianca in all 3 movies,
Yeah.
so it's the Billy trilogy, man.
Walker Rufus, Lil Caesar, and Theotis.
Yep.
That's a trilogy.
Yeah.
You know? And
Now, is Theotis out? Because I
not
didn't see
yet.
that.
Theotis ain't gonna drop
We
till
just
next year.
finished it.
I've been watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of your movies sparingly through my life,
Yeah.
but this past week, I've been binge watching you and shit, getting to know you.
Oh shit! Somebody said they binge watch.
Uh-oh. That's cool, man. Think about that. Giving up his
Billy,
sleep
let
for
me pop
Billy.
this collar. Billy.
Oh man, this shit.
But
Yeah.
real talk, man. I do this cause, you know, my door's open. If somebody want to act, and they passionate about it, the door open. Yes,
Except for
bro.
this nigga.
That's true.
Just, he ain't gonna
Yes, bro.
bring down your value.
Hey, man, I ain't like Marlon Wayans off the Wayans. Please, come on.
and my thing is, you know, I take on the people nobody else want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we kick ass.
Billy
We
calls
kick
us the
ass.
misfits sometimes.
Yeah, we are.
See, I don't want
All
you.
of
You don't
us.
want me. We could be perfect for him, man.
We are. And this is what I'm saying, man. I appreciate y'all for bringing me on this platform because when I did Magic, shout out Eric Mays.
Yes.
This brother would get up every day, come to me, and drive me around the city trying to move this movie.
Yeah.
Talking to politicians who lie to you, right in your face. Yeah, I'm gonna be there, Billy. I'm there for you. Talking to different people, and me and Eric Mays, we worked blood, sweat, and tears to get this done. Man, I actually had a nervous breakdown shooting that movie.
Damn.
And Eric Mays walked up on me in the middle of that, you know. And when he caught me and I come to my senses, I try to play it off, but he peeped it. You know, that brother told me, I'm telling you, Magic gonna do 10 million streams.
Eric is real, man.
I give
Everyone
it
around us is
10,000.
real.
You said 10,000.
I give
so
it
humble.
10,000. He like, nah, Billy, it's gonna do 10 million. So when it came out, the first week I think I did about 12,000 streams.
Yeah.
Then I looked up, we was at 100,000.
Yeah.
Then I looked up, we was at 500,000.
Amazing.
I looked up, we had 1 million.
Yeah.
And it's steady, it's just going and going and going. Then I looked up from 1 million, it was 6 million. You know?
Going stupid.
I think Magic got up to like 11 million streams by August of 20. And then Lil Caesar came out in September.
Yeah.
And Lil Caesar carried that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lil Caesar just hit. And I looked up and it was like 1 million, 6 million, 12 million, 20 million, 100 million.
The numbers are hard to
200
wrap
million.
your brain around.
And
They're
it was
just huge,
crazy.
man.
And I'm like, ain't nobody paying attention to this. You know, no media outlets or nothing. They like, he's the gangbanger. You know, I'm not a gangbanger. I was a gangbanger. You know, I'm a businessman. Right now at the theater where Roseland is, the owner of the theater come at me when I take the movie to test it. He like, is this what's is this rated? I'm like, man, it's a comedy. It's rated R. He's like, it's rated way more than R. I'm like, man, you just heard a Dr. Dre song in the movie, you know. But he addressed me with that, and that just comes with the business, bro. Yeah. It just comes with it. And you have to take the bump, brush your shoulders off,
keep it moving,
and keep it moving. Now I'm gonna screen this movie there because they committed and I paid for the theater.
Yeah,
and it's a great theater too.
It is. But he was like, so you think you're gonna need security? I'm like, listen, man, this is an industry movie. This ain't no hood movie. This ain't nobody coming off the street trying to put a movie in a theater. Yeah. Which you should help them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this movie is done with a studio behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's distributed. We screen it Sunday. It comes out for the world on Tuesday. Oh, okay. But he just profiled me like, it's another.
Is that one of those stupid white people again? Yeah, people that swim with sharks and shit like that too, and get their foot bit off, man.
Hold on, listen. I like swimming with sharks.
You do?
But that's fine.
But you're not a stupid white person, man.
You know, not a dude swimming with a crocodile that'll bite his fucking head off.
What the fuck, man?
No, I don't wrestle with the crocs.
But my thing is, man, it was a struggle out here to make this shit happen, and I kept going. Yeah. You know, when I finished Magic, I done Little Caesar. While doing Little Caesar, I came up with Roseland. Yeah. While doing Roseland, I came up with the Walker Rufus. Yeah. While doing the Walker Rufus, I come up with Theotis. While doing
and Masquerade Trap too, right, Billy?
Yeah, Masquerade Trap, United Nations, Dude in the Blues.
Dude in the Blues, man.
I got a roster.
I know I'm doing the, you know what I mean, the United Nations. But I want a bigger role when you do the next one. I wanna really have like an acting debut type shit.
Just like an old goddamn actor.
I tell you,
man. So before we wrap it up, man, you got any shoutouts you want to give?
Yes,
hey, we have to do a part 2 soon.
I'm with it.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like you said, when you read the blogs and you read the stuff that's your bios on the internet, they don't give you all what you just gave us.
No, bro. And my bio don't give you that. No. You know,
Billy's a complicated person, but he's moving in the right direction.
Come out to the premiere and you could do on the carpet interview right there. If you
want. Like I said, I'll be
good idea.
Just getting in town that
next
morning.
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday the 28th.
But I'll just be getting in town that morning, but I know Chaff will be there and we'll make sure we have our
no doubt. And you my guest, bro.
Thank you.
I would definitely try my damnness to be there. So he's on the list.
We're going to get you there.
Yeah.
We're going to send
the guys
high
water, for sure. Have him come pick me up.
But I want to give a shout out to the whole Singles Film and Music family. Rich Nair, my man.
Thank you.
This is Don LaBianca.
Forget about it.
And when I first worked with Rich, we used to fight on set all the time.
Bump heads, man.
And I found out I need to make him mad. So if I make him mad, he gonna give me his best.
That's very true.
And he's like, "Fuck it, Billy. Come on, fuck it. Let's just do it and give me the best." You know. I feel like in this business, you got to know your personnel. Yeah. And if you know your personnel, you know how to approach them. You know what motivates them. You know what
buttons to push.
Exactly. So I'll give a shout out to Rich Nair, Eric Mays, Gina Lindsay, Cedric Collins, that's Mr. Woolboy, Julian T. Allen, he's a star of Roseland.
Arthur.
The one, Arthur Richardson, man, I'll be going forever.
Diva.
Swan Diva, Latrice Johnson, Medusa Savage, Cold Heart of Crucial Conflict,
Marvin Vega,
K-Easy Grease from the Mercenaries, my man T Smooth, your man's T Smooth. He did a great job. For this to be their first time ever acting, they act like pros.
Yes.
Marvin Vega, man.
My son, Tony LaBianca.
Shout out to Tony
I speak
LaBianca.
volumes to that brother. That brother came through for me in many ways.
He rose to the occasion, didn't he?
Terrell Hampton. Man, shout out to Butter. Because I don't even like butter. But I love butter. You know what I'm saying? Butter, man. Creamy, Angela Dawson. Man, this sister didn't even know she was the star of the movie.
Yeah.
I just filmed it. Some people you can't tell certain things to. You just got to put them to work. And when she saw the movie, she was like, I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, you the star. You one of the stars. You're a co-star of the movie, you know?
Damn.
She did her job. Give a shout out, man, to Boss Talk, Wake and Bake,
Shout out
Stephen
Boss Talk.
Ragsdale, Emilio.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
Emilio,
those
that's
guys,
what
they've been there for me.
Emilio MVP.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
brother.
Those are good people. Man, just shout out everybody that supports us.
Shout out Chicago.
No doubt,
on.
no doubt. Shout out Inglewood. Big shout out.
West
Shout out to
Side,
the
South
Wood.
Side.
Big shout out Roseland.
Shout out Roseland.
Shout out to the West Side. Shout out AJ Styles, man. They put on a show every Thursday for local talent, and it's all love, it's peace. You bring your own bottle, you can smoke in there, but they give a hell of a concert every Thursday. Shout out AJ Styles. Those cats are cool. Shout out Kilo G, P Greedy. That's my man. Man, there's nothing but love. And for those that's hating me, shout out to y'all too.
Yeah.
Keep doing your
Some of the
goddamn
biggest
job.
shout outs right there.
You know what I mean?
Keep doing your goddamn job. The people that got the phony Facebook page out on me, shout out to your goofy ass too.
You know what I mean? Because all we
Yeah,
about
that's what it
is
is.
better development, growth and development, making the world a better place.
Making the world
Let
a
them
better
know
place.
we united in peace. You know what I mean? United Nations coming soon. Roseland coming soon.
Yes, man. I
Roseland
just
is out.
acquired a publicist,
Yeah.
and her name is Deborah Kronowski.
She sound like she on business.
She on her business, bro. She on her business. And it's now time to take this brand and this company to the next level. When I release Theotis, I'm releasing that in the theaters. You know, hey, shout out to Maverick Entertainment.
Yes.
They gave me my shout.
Yeah.
You know, they gave me my shot.
Worldwide, man.
And they put me out there in 153 different countries, the first movie, 200 different countries, the second movie,
Real talk.
250 countries, the third
Definitely.
movie. And it just keeps growing, man. They got me on Peacock.
Yeah.
They got me on all the major
Mandango,
streaming networks.
Amazon
Tubi,
Prime,
Peacock,
Tubi.
all the streaming services. And
Yeah.
for
We gotta
yourself,
wrap-
man.
We gotta wrap
We
this one up.
appreciate
We
you.
doing part 2 soon.
Doing a part 2
No
very
doubt.
soon.
No doubt.
Rich, love you, brother.
All I have to
next
say is
Sunday.
free your mind and
no
your
doubt.
ass will follow,
On the
man. That's
carpet,
what I
bro.
say.
Yes, sir.
On the carpet, and you
Yeah.
can interview whoever you want that's playing the
We
movie.
gonna be there. I will be there.
No doubt.
time?
Be there.
7 o'clock. Though.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Red carpet start at 7.
Yep. I
I ain't
will
got
be
nothing
there.
but
I got a
church.
morning flight, so
God
I'll be
bless.
there for
No
sure.
doubt.
God
I know
bless.
we're going to send the guys to that.
You already
point,
know,
bro. I'm
man.
telling you.
Hey,
You already
Kel,
know.
we out, bro.
We out.
Oh, shout out Mac Mecca.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Mac Mecca,
Shout
man.
out.
Mac Mecca.
A cold actor.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That brother is a one-take
Cold
actor.
director.
Co actor, co rapper.
Cold
Yes.
everything. Another Chicago legend. Shout out his brother Bo Deal, too.
We
No doubt.
out.
You
No
already
doubt.
know. Love, we out. Send us out, blood.
Thank you. Good night. That was cool,
Man, this is a
Billy.
beautiful interview. This
Real
is one
shit.
of my. I don't want to say number ones and shit. But this is definitely one of my top interviews.
Man,
bro.
hey,
I always listen up.
Alright.
That's why I was
Thank you
saying,
for
I'm an open book, bro. Just ask me whatever. I'm going to answer it. Good, bad,
get
ugly.
your phone, bro.
Hey, shout out to y'all that's looking right here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the live viewers, for sure.